I don't know what's worse though, like Broncos fans watching that kick get blocked,
Yeah.
or Texans fans watching Jake Bates kick those field goals this close to the uprights. 2 times they're thinking, oh, this is gonna doink, and it just
like that last one didn't look good either, because that last one was started veering left, and I was like, oh, and then it just like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, like that's a rough way to go out as well, especially when your defense had been playing so well. 5 interceptions.
But again, and this is a Bobby Slowick problem, they didn't do anything in the second half. And like when you have the first half, and let's just be very clear about these interceptions too, right? So the first one, it gets tipped at the line, right? And it gets intercepted. The second one, Jared Goff gets hit from behind and it's an interception. The third one is at the end of the half and doesn't do any damage because it's just a Hail Mary, right? But 2 of those, like they get points. So that, however, they don't get touchdowns. They get 1 touchdown, but they don't get, it's mostly field goals. And then they don't capitalize in the second half when they get those additional turnovers, when Goff was making those mistakes. And similar to the Chiefs, I would say on a lesser degree right now, but the Lions are one of those teams that, yeah, like you have to come and you have to play, because unless you put them away, even when it was like, you know, a 15-point game, I was like, this is not over. Like that's 2 scores, and Jamison Williams can get an 80-yard pass. Jahmyr Gibbs can rip one down the sideline.
Yeah.
And you leave him any time, it's going to be a problem. Which also speaks to the Lions too. The Lions are a damn good football team. They did not play great football. Their run game was non-existent in that first half. And once they started to kind of get things going a little bit, their offensive line didn't play really well. That second half, things started humming a little bit more, and they're able to take advantage. That's a great question, Axel. Which NFC North quarterback had the best game this week? Jared Goff with 5 interceptions. Sam Darnold with, oh my God, that was an ugly. He's just like, I don't want to throw touchdowns. I just want to throw interceptions. And Caleb Williams is just dead. So
I think all 3 of Darnold's picks came on targets to Justin Jefferson, right? That's hard when you're trying to get the ball to your best guy and they're just picking it off. Yes, Josh Reynolds got shot in the back of the head.
Yeah, he's okay.
His brain stopped the bullet and it went back out and got his attacker.
It ricocheted off his brain?
And it injured the attacker. He was on IR also for a finger surgery. So Josh Reynolds should be back soon. And another gentleman who was shot this year, Ricky Pearsall, scored a touchdown. So I want Josh Reynolds to come back from getting shot and then score a touchdown. We'll have 2 guys score touchdowns after getting shot. I don't think that's ever happened. Also, Jared Goff.
ESPN stat.
He is now 7-0.
Yes.
Throwing at least 4 interceptions in a football game.
It's wild, dude.
That is a crazy stat.
It is wild.
That is insane.
Someone brought up a Bears game. Did he lose that Bears game? Because like that came up last night that he was 6-0. I was like, that's a crazy freaking stat. That's wild. But
was there a dispute to the stat somewhere?
I think it was like a Bears game. I think that he wound up losing. But
okay, even if he's
one loss,
7-1 or 6-1, that's like it's another thing. 99% of quarterbacks who throw 5 interceptions lose the damn game.
Yep.
So Texans fans got to be hurting. I get it. I think Texans fans and Broncos fans kind of feel the same way right now. But here's the thing. Here's a thought I had about the Texans. It's last year they overachieved. I think that's just kind of what happened. They overachieved. It's not to say they don't have a good football team, because they do. They've got a lot of great pieces. CJ Stroud is still very good. I think they overachieved a little bit. And do you remember, it was like when Dan Campbell in his first season and a half with the Lions, like things they weren't winning games, but they were playing these close games.
Yes. And
they were losing kind of they're like having Justin Tucker kick 60-yard game winners.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It kind of molded them a little bit. Like it's helped callous them as a team, where they were believing in what they were putting together, and it's paying off now. And I feel like the Texans are losing some close games, some heartbreaking games, and I don't know if it's going to make them stronger the same way it did with the Lions. But if you believe in CJ and D'Amico and maybe they're just kind of going through that really shitty phase where they're gonna learn from these bad losses, and hopefully at some point it flips.